Olá e bem-vindos ao Low Key Portuguese. Hoje vamos ver a frase é que. É que. So today we're going to look at the expression é que as it's introduced or used in interrogative statements for the most part. It's a very common expression in European Portuguese. It's definitely included in lots of question words, and it's really important for non-speakers to be aware of this expression because it's included in sentences and questions that oftentimes are said with such quickness and speed by native speakers that for the non-native speaker it just kind of gets lost in there. So it's really important to listen up for the ek in European Portuguese or in Portuguese in general. It's really not a strictly European Portuguese. This is across the Lusophone world. The ek expression is used. Now, is it necessary? It's not, but it's definitely used with a lot of frequency, so it's important to listen out for it and be aware of it as you progress in your learning of European Portuguese. So let's just go about it and talk a little bit about this. So it's really just a filler phrase that's used to introduce an explanation or justification for something. It's the equivalent of in English saying something like, it's just that, and then filling in the blank with whatever expression you're going to use there. You could use it that way, like at the beginning of a statement, of a declarative statement. É que não sei se vou. It's just that I don't know if I'm going. So that sort of usage. It's looking at this exact example here. O João não veio à festa. So João didn't come to the party. O João não veio à festa. João didn't come to the party. The question might be, porque é que ele não veio? So I'll say that nice and slow. Porque é que ele não veio? The way you're going to hear that is, porque é que ele não veio? That's the way that you're going to hear that in as genuine and authentic of a speaking pattern as you will hear. Porque é que ele não veio? So if you notice that é que is just in there. Porque é que ele não veio? Porque é que ele não veio? Por que é que ele não veio? So it's really important to listen up for this because if you're an early learner of European Portuguese, it's going to get lost in there and it's going to throw you off in terms of what you're trying to listen up for. So extremely important to know this tiny little expression because it's used with such frequency. É que is also used, or it's really used, as you saw in the last example, the porque é que ele não veio, why didn't he come? Why is it that he did not come? Or what's the reason that he would not come? That's really what we're asking there with that little expression. So it's used as a filler, not a tag question, but sort of functioning like a tag question to emphasize this need to know, this desire for an explanation as to why or what the reason is. Now, to be totally upfront about this é que can be used after almost any question word. Onde é que? Where is it that? Que é que? What is it that? Como é que? How is it that? So with all of our interrogative question words, you can use this é que after to kind of give this emphasis, this emphasis on the question that you're trying to ask. So just be on the lookout for that. Listen up for it. Here's another example. In this case, we're going with what, right? O que? O que é que estás a fazer? Again, I'll say nice and slow. O que é que estás a fazer? Now I'm going to say it as authentically and genuinely as possible. O que é que estás a fazer? O que é que estás a fazer? So there's that é que that just kind of combines these terms together, and it really is important to know because, again, it'll throw you off if you're not listening up for it. So just be aware that it is there. Another example, just kind of going with the other one, or the same example, but just a little bit more explanation. It's used to introduce that question and express that curiosity about what it is you're interrogating about, what you're asking about. So it's a simple enough expression to be aware of, to listen up for. It's definitely something that I recommend you study and work on and pronounce and use with all of the question words. If you'd like a little bit lengthier of an explanation, you can head over to our Patreon account and sign up to be a patron, and you'll be able to receive lengthier notes, assignments, and a little bit deeper dives into some of these concepts with more examples and just something a little bit more robust and thought out and put together than these quick little YouTube videos that are really just to kind of get you thinking about the language. But if you want more intense, you could also sign up to take some courses with me, one-on-one, or work with me with a group of students through our institute in Sausalito, California. We have our video lessons once a week, and they range from about 10 weeks to about 12 weeks. And it's a really cool program where you get to work with other people that are in the same boat as you, trying to learn European Portuguese. Most people do not have, it depends on the level. We have different levels as well. So check us out. Check the links in the description below to see how to get more information on my courses and on becoming a patron for Low Key Portuguese. Tá bom. So in summary, que is used in interrogative statements to introduce a question and emphasize the desire for an explanation or clarification. It's an extremely common phrase. It's really important that you learn this one because you're going to be asking questions. If you're out and about in Portugal, you're going to need to ask people things and gain some responses to get through your day. And I mean, you could always use your phone, but what's the fun in that? You want to interact with people and really get a sense of how to culturally navigate Portugal, and you'll have that much better of experience. I hope this was helpful to you. Check us out, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to get more of these videos in the future. Try to put one out once a week, if not more. Até a próxima. Ciao.